Alright guys, welcome back to another fantastic reaction video talking about the Scientology situation. I'm sure you're probably aware this guy SunnyV2 with 4.3 million subscribers made this video talking about the downfall of Braille skateboarding. If you know me, you probably know about this, but it got 2.8 million views in 5 days. Insane. And still pumping. Rick's out here with the top comment. Let's go. 7,500 comments. Insane. But this got so much mainstream attention. I mean, you know, mainstream people outside of skating is what I mean, attention, that none other than one of the tip-top streamers, I want to say he's like a top 5, top 10 streamer, Asmongold actually reacted to us. He posted this today. He reacted to it yesterday, I think. And I thought it would be very, very interesting. Asmongold typically is doing like political commentary these days. His arc is quite funny because when I first learned about him, I guess it was when I first started on Twitch, I learned a little bit about him and I thought, okay, this guy's just super extreme World of Warcraft nerd. No disrespect, no judgment or whatever, but that's how he described himself. He's like, yes, I'm a complete degenerate. Please don't be like me. But then he kind of eventually switched a little bit to being more commentary, political commentary, especially in the recent years. He's been very political. So I didn't think he would react to, you know, Scientology skating. I didn't really think that would be on his radar, but nonetheless, he did react to it right here. In recent events, people have been kind of like turning against Asmon a little bit and kind of like shunning him. At one point, Meyer and him were like, I don't know, friends or colleagues or whatever you want to say in the same OTK thing. I was looking for more recent stuff of them doing things together, but I couldn't really find it. This is the most recent thing I could find. It's kind of a while ago, 2020. But anyway, kind of similar circle, right? But I also saw this. He reacted to this video where someone was skating and he gave us a little bit of insight of his relationship to skating.
Ooh.
Okay, we got a skater.
We used to do that, like at age 11. Yeah, I remember that.
So that's literally what he says, but he says, we used to do that at age 11. I think that was another clip. I was trying to find where it was, but he makes so much content I couldn't find it. He said, I think I probably have a skateboard in my house right now. And I thought that was funny because, like, yes, I would never imagine that he's the type of person that skated much in their life or is really the type of person that has any kind of interest in going out and going skating. I wouldn't think that, but you never know, I guess. But if Asmon ever wants a skate lesson, let's absolutely get it. I will give you fantastic skate coaching if you want to do any kind of skate related stuff. But anyway, I guess let's just jump right in. Yes, I'm reacting to a reaction. If you have a problem with it, bad luck. Normal content will resume shortly, but for now, we got to milk the shit out of this as much as we can.
How Scientology destroyed it. Wait, what does Scientology have to do with skateboarding?
Braille Skateboarding paid his employees roughly $20 per hour.
That's pretty good.
We're basically minimum wage employees.
But donated over $1 million to the Church of Scientology.
Wow.
He'd gone to spend so much time with this strange organization that Braille was neglected until it died completely in what is quite possibly YouTube's strangest ever downfall.
So he got it. Oh no.
The channel's owned by
Kyro,
a pro skateboarder from San Francisco.
Okay.
My name's Kyro, and I run this channel, Braille Skateboarding.
He started.
But yeah, guys, I think Asmon is actually a good reactor. Like right now, obviously, nothing's happened yet, so he won't have anything to say. But I feel like after a while, he's going to pause and he's going to give pretty good insight. So I am actually very curious to hear his take on this. And we'll see if he gets
12 days up.
If he's following the story right or wrong, or if he makes judgments or something. I think it will actually be very interesting.
After YouTube's launch, uploading the clips that he'd used to gain his sponsors.
Okay.
But when a simple video titled
just the idea of Asmongold watching Kyro skate footage is like definitely not on the timeline, you know. It's so wild.
Push on a skateboard gained more views than every other upload. Kyro saw an opportunity. He'd upload how to ollie, then how to nose manual.
Smart.
This led to how to
this is a really good idea.
shove, and most notably how to kickflip. Each
I could never do that.
Counts for the early days of YouTube.
So did he skate as a kid? Is that what he's about to say? He said I could never kickflip.
And most notably how to kickflip. Each
I could never do that.
Counts for the early days of YouTube.
Bro, that was where I got skill capped with skateboarding. I could do all the other stuff. I could not kickflip. Yep.
Tutorial.
Dude, I need to know more. Like, how long did he skate for? How old is Asmon? He's like a little bit older than me, so he was probably like, you know, a teenager in the right time that skateboarding was really booming. Asmon, if you ever want to learn to kickflip, I got you, bro. It will take you 24 days, but we can do it. Bro did not skate. Hey, I believe him. I believe him. Teaching Asmon skateboard. He remembers kickflip. You think he could ollie? If he was truly a skater kid and could ollie, it would be so funny to see him ollie. He can kickflip with the right teacher. Bro can run for president.
Tutorials on every possible trick, giving the channel purpose and an obvious direction to help everyone learn how to skateboard.
The whole purpose of Braille skateboarding to teach you guys to progress on your boards so you're having more fun on your boards.
These videos carried the channel to over 200,000 subscribers, but as Aaron Kyro became more known, so did another completely unrelated video. I am a Scientologist, Aaron skateboarder.
My name is Aaron, I'm a skateboarder, and I'm also a Scientologist.
During a vulnerable period in Aaron's life, Scientology offered him a free personality test.
Oh boy. In just 1 hour, you can test the 10 key personality traits that determine your future success and happiness and figure out how to improve them. Guys, should I take a Scientology test?
Yes, 1,000,000%. But the thing with Scientology is you can only do it IRL, and they'll never, ever, 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 ever let you stream it. Never, ever, ever. But like, even if Asmongold goes in with the full, he's like, hey, you're helping people, I want you to help me, let's take the test. Even if he goes in with like the best intentions, they'll absolutely never allow it.
And on my personality test, my communication was really
I like
low.
skate up in the lights.
Suggested you should
Rick's
do a communication
bored.
course.
Aaron took the course and saw significant improvements.
Wow.
And it totally helped me communicate. It helped me a lot. And from that point forward, I just had this ability to communicate. It helped me a lot.
Getting him hooked on the Church of Scientology.
So then I did more courses from there and learned more. And
he'd argue it helped him improve his skateboarding.
the thing that happened before Scientology and after was I was learning tricks a lot easier. Things were just coming to me a lot easier with less effort.
And that's
the power of Xenu.
Alright, his hopes and dreams of going to the Scientology Center are gone. He said the magic word. They are done.
To me a lot easier with less effort.
And that's
the power of Xenu.
Scientology gave him his career.
They are gone.
An entire career on communicating.
Yet all of his success could have easily been explained by simple repetition, practice, and week-on-week improvement. Between 20...
I put myself in this corner because I kind of wanted to read Asmon's chat, but I guess it's going pretty fast that I can't even really read it right while I'm watching. But if you see anything interesting in the chat, like, let me know.
13.
So this is my chat here, and then this is his chat.
In 2014...
Well, if he feels more confident in communicating, then it's working. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it kind of did work. If he thinks it worked, then it worked.
He was up.
So the thing with Scientology is like the very lowest levels of Scientology, like when Aaron was down and out and he did the test, those things, it's kind of just like the most basic like self-help type programs. And you know, kind of any self-help shit like will help you. The low level things, they will actually help you, you know? There's no conspiracy there. It's like if you apply like self-help techniques to your life, I'm sure it's going to help you. It's just that they're prevalent at the start and then they become more few and far between, but then you're kind of thinking like, oh, those first things really helped. I wonder what the next thing will be. I wonder what the next thing will be. I wonder what the next thing will be. And then it starts to get crazy and then it starts to like not help you at all.
Uploading twice a day every...
Self-help is kind of a scam, to be honest. I don't think so. Like, I don't know. To a degree. Anyone saying, yeah, I'll teach you how to change your life. Yes, they are trying to take your money from you. But at the end of the day, the tool that they're using to take your money from you is actually good information. Kind of. Good ideas, at least. So, like, if someone says, I'll teach you how to better your life, go to the gym and eat healthy. That's still good. It's still valid. If you actually follow it, you will better your life, you know, regardless if they're scamming you or not.
Every day, which guaranteed improvement regardless of Scientology.
We now have 400,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Yeah.
pretty big deal.
With the channel growing rapidly, Aaron hired Lance
That
Silver,
placebo
who
is one
also
hell of a
happened
drug.
to be a Scientologist himself.
Oh.
Lance became Braille's main filmer and editor, as well as the channel's guinea pig who was learning how to skate.
Okay.
Videos of Aaron teaching Lance basic tricks
That's
did
cool.
surprisingly well despite their simplicity.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. Like 600K 9 years ago, 10 years ago, dude, these guys were huge. I never even heard of this before.
Damn. I guess if he really was a skater, and he's older than me, he's pre-internet, pre-YouTube if he's trying to ollie and stuff. So yeah, it makes sense that he would have never heard of Braille.
Skaters could watch and learn something new themselves. This seemed to tell Aaron that he should hire more skaters, and would therefore introduce Gabe Cruz, who'd suggest a slightly unconventional upload.
Also guys, let's manage our expectations for this. My goal, my dream would be when I come on the screen, Asmond or Asmond's chat, they say something like, "This guy streams," or like, "That's the guy that taught Maya." If they say that, we can check one thing off the bingo card. I'll be hyped if that happens. I feel like it's like, it's probably like 50-50. What else do we think will happen out of this? I'm really kind of curious to see what he said.
A game of skateboard on Walmart boards. Aaron thought
That's
the video
such a good idea. That is a great fucking idea.
The bro's glazing. He is absolutely glazing. Yes, but like I said, Aaron made a lot of good decisions early on. GR, I already watched. No spoilers, GR. I think that's a good... It's funny that he can recognize how good of a content idea that is. Should I turn those notifications off? That's right in my face.
would make him a joke amongst pro skaters.
No, this is such a good idea. I think even didn't Tony Hawk do something like this?
Rather did
of course,
the
Asmond knows
opposite,
Tony
as
Hawk.
everybody loved it.
Yeah.
That therefore do the same thing with mini boards and longboards.
That's a really good idea.
Turning it
Everyone
into a
did,
series
yeah.
called Stupid Skate, playing the game with crazy modified skateboards. There was a skateboard with suspension, one with 10 sets of trucks, and one you could ride on either side. It seemed the crazier the board, the more views they'd gain, leading things to be...
I could see you could criticize this for being unsafe, right? Sure. But it's good.
What? Unsafe? Unsafe is what the people want. And this is skateboarding, Asmond. Everything is unsafe. There's literally nothing safe about skateboarding.
Criticize this for being unsafe, right? Sure. But it's good clickbait, definitely.
It's not clickbait, but it's like it's gets them interested, you know. I guess that's what he's trying to say. I think that's clickbait's not the definition, but it's like gets them excited about random stuff.
Taken to the extreme.
We're gonna make a new series and it's gonna be called Skate Everything. And we get random things and we attach skateboard trucks and wheels to it.
Yeah, this
and
is,
then
this
we
is a
skate
good
on it.
idea.
They planned on putting wheels on random different items, beginning with a skinny plank of wood, then upgrading to a sharp square of metal. However, by only the third episode, Aaron was skating an iPad, which was simply too brutal for
See, he's loving it. Bro's loving it.
So bad.
It's so
Dude,
funny.
bro is a fan. Bro is literally a fan right now. I hope nothing bad happens. I hope nothing changes his opinion right now.
This is so funny.
It was good content. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
It
this-
was
I
great.
make this video, it's all Lance's fault. Blame Lance.
when the video attracted a whole new audience and gained 3 million views in under
bro, this is great clickbait.
a month. Aaron
What
knew
could
he'd
change his
found
opinion?
the
I have no
perfect
idea.
series.
Let's find
He'd
out.
repeat the idea with a MacBook, then a keyboard, then with a flat screen TV. When they ran out of electronics, they'd skate a
door.
full-size bedroom door, a surfboard, and a skate shoe, generating so much channel interest they'd gain almost 600,000 subscribers over a 2-month period in 2016.
It's a really good idea. It is. That's smart.
You guys are the best, the absolute best, because we just hit 3 million subscribers.
In fact, Braille's
I wonder how many million did they have when they got the Braille house? I probably could look it up. But obviously this is way before my time, but I'm not sure when they actually did. My understanding of the timeline was Gabe Cruz joined at like 300k, or maybe the Gabe Cruz tray flip arc was at 300k.
Absolute best, because we just hit.
But this seems like they've been in the park for a while. They've already got like banners and shit. Like, what is this random thing?
subscribers.
In fact, Braille skateboarding became so popular, they'd build their own skate park called Braille House, which acted as their own personal filming studio. I found myself running an actual company, says Kyro, who had 3 full-time professionals running the video editing, merchandising, and finance departments.
That's awesome.
He'd also hire another 3 on-screen skaters, Fetty Potter, Carlos Lastra, and Nigel Jones. But this wasn't only where Braille's money went. Between 2015 and 2017, Aaron Kyro did 16.
Where it all took a turn. Look at his face.
Oh no.
Oh.
He's leveling up.
No.
Scientology courses, many of which were incredibly expensive. The L10 rundown, for example, has an estimated cost of roughly $72,000, and this doesn't include the L11 and L12, both of which Aaron completed at the same time. Additionally, Aaron completed something called OT3, which according to Reddit, the running tally to complete OT3 would be 270.
Asmongold strikes me as the kind of guy that likes the old conspiracy and rabbit hole. I'm kind of surprised if he, like he just said overtime, I'm kind of surprised he has like limited knowledge of Scientology. I feel like that's like up his alley to like learn about Scientology, like obviously in a mocking kind of way and just be like, what are these people doing? This is crazy. I would have thought that he would have followed this thread a bit more.
$8,000
in general.
I was gonna say, why would people join a religion that's pay to win? But then I remembered history. So that's, to me, I actually know it makes perfect sense to me. But still, like, this does seem like it's really pay to win, man. Like, oh God. Oh, wow.
This ignores that he eventually went up to OT6, presumably costing even more, yet Aaron believed that all of this was worth it.
I'm here because Asmon said you're the person who taught me how to skate. I'm Jordan, welcome in, but I've seen you here many times before. But I appreciate you.
Presumably costing even more, yet Aaron believed that all of this was worth it. An article on his training wrote, L10 was a particularly revelatory experience for him. The gains and abilities are so high, I could not even dream they would be available.
Am I crazy for thinking that I don't care about this as long as the skateboarding channel is fun and it's not talking about Scientology?
Thank you! Boom! Boom! Rick stance at all times. Finally, someone fucking agrees. Finally, like literally exactly what I always say. I agree. Boom. That he summarized in one sentence my like whole sentiment that everyone always giving me shit for.
Was a particularly revelatory experience for him. The game.
I mean, yeah, I guess it didn't work out, but still, it's a. That's our position.
L10 was a particularly revelatory experience for him. The gains and abilities are so high, I could not even dream they would be available.
Am I crazy for thinking that I don't care about this as long as the skateboarding channel is fun and it's not talking about Scientology? Like, I don't care that this guy's some weird, stupid Scientologist. It's the same thing as Tom Cruise. Like, Tom Cruise is a Scientology nutball or John Travolta. Dude, if they're gonna be in a movie, I want to watch it because I think they're great actors. Like, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, yeah, you do this on your own free time, but like, you know, if you're putting it, guy got taken advantage of, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's just the way that I feel about it, and I'm just being honest about it. Like, I really just don't have, like, this is his personal life, and I think it's weird. I think a lot of religious fundamentalism is weird. I think this is just another brand of being weird. I think Scientology is, you know, it's like a new religion, and so like people take it less seriously. But if Scientology was invented, you know, 2,000 years ago, I don't think people would really think it's that much different than Christianity or Islam or any of the other Abrahamic religions or other like ancient religions. I do. I think it'd be about the same. No, it's a scam. Yeah,
bro is cooking.
You want to know what my opinion is about the other religions? What do you think I think about that?
This is so
Bro is absolutely cooking. Like, I agree. My position is the same. That's what I've been saying this whole time. They say, Ricky, why would you join if you know that he's Scientology? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Ricky joined and then he found out and then all these problems. I agree with him. Sick skating content. It's separate. Boom. Obviously, you all know the story that it wasn't, like, it ended to a point. It escalated to a point where it wasn't separate and then that's when it exploded, right? Of course. But what he's saying there, like, while the going is good, he likes the content, same as Rick, and he kind of agrees with the same, like, overall sentiment. I think that was very interesting.
Big and so clean, and my flows are...
That's what's kind of cool about Asmon too, is like, I feel like he truly does not give a fuck what his audience thinks of him. He will just say whatever he thinks. Like, I feel like he has a pretty good way of, like, looking at things from a distance and distance himself out. And then he'll just say whatever he thinks, even if it's unpopular with his audience. Whereas other people, they tend to really pander to their audience and kind of, like, keep on the same momentum. Whereas he's just like, you fucking hate this? I'll tell you what I think. Religion should be free, Scientology isn't. Well, I mean, I thought the whole point of a religion is that it helps the community. And like, if a religion is sucking everything out of the people and the money and sucking, then yeah, it's not really helping the community. Hard disagree, he's right-wing grifter. I know people are going to say stuff like that. And I 100%, I think some people will even say, Ricky, you're glazing Asmond. I can't support you anymore. And like, I understand, you know. I'm no politics. We're talking about skating. I'm never going to react to an Asmongold political video, right? But, I don't know. It is what it is. We're talking about skating here.
Open. I got rid of masses that had been in my space for trillions of years. I truly uncovered my basic goodness and rightness as a being. He's still having daily cognitions directly related to L10, and his online traction has seen a noticeable uptick, which to be fair was certainly true. The channel was gaining so many views, and all of the members were having so much fun, that the massive amounts being spent on Scientology simply weren't a major concern. They continue to ride different exotic skateboards and allow the audience to send in their own.
Don't touch it, Asmon. Do not touch that board.
Different exotic skateboards and allow the audience to send in their own, resulting in some of the channel's highest viewed videos.
That's so good.
The Lego skateboard gained...
bro, this is these video ideas are fucking amazing. Like, honestly, like, this is making me want to join Scientology.
Oh shit. He's a funny guy too. He is a funny guy.
Like, it had better start getting bad quick, because I'm almost sold. I'm about to order Dianetics right now. Like, this is working.
8 million views, the heaviest skateboards gained 11 million, whilst the glass board with glass wheels gained 28 million views. But the trend of wacky skateboards was slowly getting stale. Viewers knew what to expect in every single upload.
Oh, look. Zach, you should interview Ricky Glaser. He worked for Braille and is a Twitch streamer. Damn, in caps. Shout out to the Sea Pilot.
And after over 200 episodes, each variation was becoming less interesting. To make matters worse, at around the same time, Lance announced that he'd be leaving, which added to the channel's slow viewership decline. In Dumb Data's video about Braille, it's shown that from 2016 to 2019, Braille's views fell by almost 60%.
Total views per year. That's a lot. I mean, 465 million views is fucking insane.
So what I like about Asmon too is he gets so many views. This is in 1 year. I'm pretty sure Asmongold gets like over 100 million views per month, maybe even 200 million views per month. And he lives like a super frugal lifestyle where he just wants to play on the computer. His expenses are like so low and he makes like millions and millions of dollars. I think that's why I say I think he's a very interesting fellow. But I say every single time they put this graph on screen, I say that it's a little bit misleading. Because these videos, I'll just briefly say it again, I guess. These videos from 2016, the time that as the data was scraped, this 465 million views did not come in 2016. It came over 2016 to 2023. This data did not come in 2017. It came from 2017 to 2023. These views of 2022, they came from 2022 and 2023. So this one had way more time to get those views. Like, obviously the overall trend of the graph is the same and what the data is trying to say is the same, but it is still a little bit misleading.
point, at which point things began to get weird. At this point, Aaron's involvement in Scientology wasn't super mainstream until an article was published titled The Donors Keeping Scientology Afloat in 2019, with Aaron Kyro being pictured at the top.
The lesser
It explained
whales.
that he'd earned what's called gold meritorious, given to people who donated more than $1 million to Scientology. On a podcast, Aaron tried to play this down.
Don't you need to give the church a certain amount of money each year to be a part, or
Jeff.
You don't have to give them any money?
No. Courses cost a fee. So the communication course that I did was $100, and the books are like range from $25 to like $30.
But his extensive involvement was documented everywhere. He'd appear in yet another Scientology promo video, for which he was heavily roasted in the comments beneath. But negative audience feedback didn't change his feelings.
Somebody said something bad about that, so I'm just gonna stop. Like, no way.
And to be honest, again at this point, his involvement in Scientology wasn't really hurting anyone. However, this was about to change.
I mean, it's silly, but like I don't think it's really a big deal so far.
I'm curious what he's gonna say when it starts to heat up now.
It's not weird. It's really not that weird yet.
In January 2020, Braille uploaded a video titled
I gotta cancel the Amazon order now. We about to send Dianetics back,
need help, requesting that viewers donate to him to save his hometown skate park.
Anything that you guys can give would be incredible. We're trying to raise $200,000. Anything that you can give would be
I see where this is going.
so amazing.
This led to videos such as Aaron Kyro gives Scientology $750,000, but begs fans for donations, whilst people on Reddit wrote, maybe just funnel the massive donations made to Scientology rather than using your viewer base of children to recreate your park.
I think that people generally have a dislike when you have content creators that make a call to action for people to make money or to donate money, and the only exceptions are when something is a charity. So, for example, or a legal fund for something that's viewed as bad, like, you know, the H3H3 lawsuit, or like I think Chibi Reviews did that as well. But for the most part, quote charity, I mean, there are some good charities like St. Jude's, things like that. I support that, absolutely. And so, but like if you're just donating money for like some random cause that's not a charity, then I think you're going to have a lot of people that are feeling this way. Scientology is massively worse than other religions. I don't know enough about it. Like I'm mainly joking around. Like I've heard that Scientology is very corrosive. I've watched a few videos about it and about how like some of the people that are running it are weird guys. But I'm just saying that like I don't know everything about it. It's very bad. I have no idea. It's a cult. I mean, there's a lot. I don't know. Like I think there's a lot of cults, but
interesting. I mean, he's learning, I guess.
This whole thing is, I think that's what really rubs people the wrong way, is you have a person who's making,
surely bros watch South Park
doing this, and this happens.
I mean, he knew Xenu, right?
Red, did he
I'm curious to see what he says about this. What I was thinking, maybe I'll do it after this video, is should we look up this original video where Aaron asks the money? I wouldn't mind watching it again with like fresh eyes from a distance, and we could analyze it, but maybe we'll do that at the end of this. But anyway, let's continue. Let's stay. I've talked about how I feel about this donation thing, and I feel like obviously it's bad and it's bad optics. That's what they like to say, optics. It's bad like optics, bad PR. But I feel like it was a little bit misconstrued. I feel like people made it seem worse than it was. It's still like not something that you should probably do, but I feel like people blew it out of proportion a little bit with just like headlines and not actually knowing the situation.
Have this much money when they had Carlos sleeping in the warehouse like a homeless person, leading people to make a realization. I heard that most of the profits of Braille go to donations to Scientology instead of to the skaters that make it what it is. The skaters were running all the brand deals whilst barely being paid.
It's like you want us to be the face saying, hey, this product, do this thing, and then like we gain nothing from the brand deal. Like we have sponsors of our own as well. We have sponsors that...
He's fucking right, man. This is absolutely true. Yeah.
conflict with this brand deal that he's
100%.
going to try to make us go and do on our own. And we are getting nothing but our normal
the
low wage.
And even built ramps for the channel without compensation.
They asked me to build it, and I built it the day of. From scratch. And they didn't even drop a penny.
Imagine working for someone, carrying the channel for $20 an hour. Then you hear that your boss donated $1 million to Scientology. In the process...
Yeah, of course, this is going to piss people off. That's it. Like, yeah, 100% they're going to get mad about this shit. Absolutely.
Fetty and Carlos, two of Braille's most beloved members, left the team under sketchy circumstances. Nigel also announced that he'd be leaving, but would still be in the videos, just not as an employee. He'd later...
Carlos was sleeping in the Braille house, ? I mean, I don't know Carlos, right? I met him once on a trip, like years later, after I'd already been working for Braille for years. We played skate, like one day we skated with him, and I played him skate. I don't know. Apparently he was sleeping at the warehouse back in the day. But I don't know that much. All I know, Aaron told me that he said he seen Carlos's skating, and then Carlos was working on a dock gutting fish for $15 an hour is what Kyro told me. I'm pretty sure it was 15. He was gutting fish on the dock for $15 an hour. Kyro goes, "Oh, bro, you are killing it at skating. Don't stand here gutting fish. I'll pay you more than that. Come and make videos with me." That was the official origin story of Carlos, but I'm pretty distant from the whole Carlos thing. I only met him that one time on the trip. I don't really know any of the details or like the goss that people always want to get into. Like I have zero to add on that, so I don't really know.
To explain the shocking reason for this.
I left because I was making more off of unemployment than I was filming full time.
With pay rise.
Base.
The Asmon's chat, because that showed Nigel's Instagram. You know how it's Nickel Jones?
Left because
it's like I don't know why he made it that, but the chat, it was like, Nickel, ? What?
Reason for this.
I left because
Nickel?
I was making more off of unemployment than I was
What a
filming
name.
full time.
With pay rise.
WTF.
Based. Fucking base. Yep, smart.
As being few and far between.
How many raises did you get?
In 10 years, one.
But in case conditions couldn't
Ricky
get
Glaser
any
is a
worse
Twitch
for
streamer.
the skaters,
Yeah, it makes him look really bad because like skating in general is kind of like a it's like kind of a underclass activity. It's kind of like a you know, I'm trying to think of the word for it. It's like not a high level activity. Underground, that's the word I was thinking. Yes, underground counterculture type thing. Like skating is coded that way. And because of that, a lot of the people that follow skating stuff, they're going to have a huge problem with, you know, these guys that they know are making the money, not getting paid a lot of money, and then all of this money going to the Scientology church. Of course they're going to get mad about this. Yeah, LMFAO's Asmon calling skaters poor.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Someone told me the chat was saying the chat thinks skaters are rich because of Tony Hawk.
Yeah. Yeah, most skaters are teenagers to like college guys, right?
Yep,
I mean,
correct.
yeah, there's guys that skate, but I think that a lot of them are young guys. It's mainly young guys. And you know what, young guys, if you're 17, do you know what you probably don't have? Money. You probably don't have money.
He's not wrong.
And so when they see that these guys are working and they're not getting a minute, like when I was into skating, I was 15. Okay, like that was the pinnacle. Of like,
I need to know more about this. I need an Asmongold ollie attempt. I need to see the ollie attempt. I need to see some old footage. If he's back in the day, he's probably got some kind of like old camera it's filmed on, maybe.
14 to 16 is whenever like we were really into skating, everything like that, right? I didn't have any fucking money. Okay. So if I saw this, I would be like, bro, this guy's a bitch, bro. Like, he should be paying these guys the money because they're the ones that are making the videos.
All right, hear me out. In an alternate universe, Asmongold is born 20 years later, 15 years later. He grows up, gets into skating age 14 to 16. But at age 15, he watches Braille Lego skateboard. And you saw how much bro was loving it. Bro loves it. He gets fully on board into skating. He learns to kickflip from the tutorial. He starts shredding. He becomes pro. He goes to Street League. Takes Niger out. I think it's the alternate timeline. We gotta live in that one. He never finds WoW. What age did he find WoW? He must have been kind of old. Like, how old is he? Is he almost 40? Like, does anyone know how old Asmon is? What year did WoW come out? What age did he find it? 35? 34? Damn, we're the same age? Oh, shit. I'm 33. Fuck. Why does bro look so much older than me? Okay, but when did WoW come out? I feel like it's not coming out when he's 10. It's coming out when he's like 15, right? 2005? 2004? Yeah, okay. Wait, does the timeline make sense that when he stopped skating, he got into WoW? If he said he's 14 to 16, and then when he's 16, WoW comes out, and then that's his whole life? Damn! We could have kept skating! It's funny to think about, like, the decisions you make in your life, you know? Imagine if he put his 100% focus on skating instead of WoW. Where would he be today? What would he be doing?
Absolutely.
WoW is his 100%.
That's what I would think.
Poor? He might be poor. Would he be happier? Would he? We don't know. But yeah, I do like. I think he's very unique. He's very, very unique. One of a kind. WoW is as bad as Scientology. Pay all this money to get endorphins from defeating things. He's a nerd? Yes. I think he's happy now. It's why he never leaves the house. He's happy there. He played WoW with his mom? I don't know.
Absolutely. We should be paying these guys the money because they're the ones that...
All right, let's see what he's actually saying.
14 to 16 is whenever, like, we were really into skating, everything like that, right? I didn't have any fucking money, okay? So if I saw this, I would be like, bro, this guy's a bitch, bro. Like, he should be paying these guys the money because they're the ones that are making...
I played WoW 16 hours a day and started skating at 25. People do whatever they want. Is that real or is that just random? That's sick if that's real.
Videos. Absolutely. 100%, that's what I would think.
Somehow still did, as in 2021, Aaron came to the team with another wild announcement.
He goes, in 1 week from now, I'm going to business school for 5 months and I'll be back. And then we're like, whoa, like what?
As a result, Gabe became responsible for running Braille completely, as Aaron disappeared to focus on business school.
2 months passed. No one has talked to Aaron at all. It's, it's not like he's on the phone going, hey guys, how's it going? Oh, the videos have been good. Like, oh, you're doing really good. Nothing. It was just silence. Like, legit, like silence.
This disappearance lasted longer than expected.
The 5 months, it ends up being like, I want to say like 8 or 9 months. Then he goes away again. He's like, oh, I gotta go back. I didn't finish. It was not long, and then he was gone for again, like I want to say like 4 or 5 months, maybe even more. Then he come back for like 1 week or something. Then he was gone again, and I want to say the total time was about like 2 years, I think.
After 2 whole years of barely being on the channel, Aaron returned with a video titled "I'm Sorry," initially acknowledging his disappearance.
I've been absent from the videos. I know you guys know that. I'm back. We're getting back on track.
Before again claiming to be learning about
I'm back.
business.
We're getting back on track.
I did take some time for myself, and I did learn as much as I could about business.
However,
it's so sad that they sold this at an auction for like less than $300. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was not a lot. And it wasn't even like a charity auction. It was just like, we need to pay the rent auction.
But conveniently upon his return, another video was gaining some traction. Aaron...
He's done.
Everybody knew this was coming.
He's out. He's unsubbing. He was a super fan. He was the young skater, 14 to 16 super fan Lego board.
Everybody knew this is what was going to happen,
done.
right? We all knew this was what was going to happen, and you're just waiting for it to obviously be the thing. There we go.
Kyro is the new leader.
First time chatter, but this is also heartbreaking what Aaron is doing. What Aaron is doing to the people who are supporting the channel. I mean, I was so eager to watch Braille videos back then. We all were. He did such a selfish move by not treating right the propagandists who mocked him want to watch the videos. Appreciate you being here, first time chatter. Yeah, I mean, like what I keep saying, we're making fun of it. Asmongold is kind of, his reactions in general is pretty lighthearted. Like what he said earlier. I don't know much. This is his words or whatever early in the vid. He doesn't know that much about Scientology. I hear that it's pretty bad. I hear that it's crazy. I hear it's a cult, whatever. I'm just making fun of this video. It's kind of what he said. But, you know, I do like to say it is a serious situation. It's sad. I can empathize with Aaron a bit. At the same time, you make your decisions. At the end of the day, you have to stand by the decisions you make and be held accountable for your decisions. But at the same time, I don't think it's black and white. Aaron, Kyro, villain, other people, victim, hero, whatever. I think it's a shade of gray. There's a complicated world, you know? Does he want to ruin his life? He's just trying to get better at communicating, you know what I mean? He thinks he's bettering his life. He thinks he's doing the right thing to better his life. And sometimes you gotta save the galaxy for the trillion years to do it. But I don't know. It's like, it's a complicated thing. And it is a serious situation. And it is sad as well. I gotta acknowledge that, okay? I try to acknowledge that in every one of these vids.
Of Scientology in San Francisco. Aaron had joined Scientology's executive team as the time he'd supposedly spent in business school was actually him just completing more Scientology coursework. This, in combination with his absence, put immense pressure on everyone else at Braille.
And I'm sorry for being gone for so long. I know it's really hard on my team here.
So much
Easiest
so that
guess of my life? Yes. So easy.
They all began to quit.
He emerged as the leader of Scientology SF. In that time, this guy started quitting. Mowgli, Uzi, JD. And then when Gabe was the final straw.
As mentioned, this included Gabe, who at this point was completely running everything.
For the past 7 years, I've been doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff for the main Braille YouTube channel.
Comments read, well, there goes the guy that's been carrying this channel for years.
Honestly, Gabe was running the channel. Gabe was doing, like, literally 99.9% of the channel.
Forcing Aaron to take back over, who by this point seemed to be completely clueless.
Now we no longer have Gabe to plan, film, and make all those videos. The content is...
I think that if you take Scientology out of the equation here, there would have been a similar drop-off. Because if this guy was gone collectively for 2 years from the channel, and then he comes back, the entire audience gets changed. Like, and people might not really understand this, but like, there are always going to be like your longtime viewers, but people really underestimate the amount of viewer churn that you have, especially when you're making content that is for a very, like, again, like skateboarding videos are popular for, I think, young boys between the ages of 12 and 30.
See what I mean? Homeboy is really switched on. I think this is exactly spot on, and I'll say a bit more after he finishes the monologue.
Right? Like, that's a very, very narrow audience of people. And so a lot of them grow out of it. Like, for me, like, I was into skating for 3 or 4 years, right? So inside of that 3 or 4 years, I'm already out of it at that point. So you lose your audience, and if you're gone for that long, you're going to come back. They're going to say, who the fuck is this guy, right? Look at Smosh. Yeah. No, this is, and I think that this would have happened regardless of Scientology. I think that Scientology was the cause, but if he had taken a break for any other reason, I think that a similar thing would have had the same effect. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. I like he plays, I pause. Mike said he's more insightful here in the political ones, lol. I think this is a nice situation because what does he know about skateboarding? He says he skated for, first he said 2 to 4, now he said 3 to 4. Sorry, he said 1 to 2, now he said 3 to 4. But he skated a little bit. I think he has a pretty good assessment of the situation. He sort of knows the demographic and he obviously knows a lot about the creator world. But what I would say too, to some of the other guys at Braille and just creators in general, Braille had, over 5 million subscribers. But you just have to think, like, who is the subscriber? Who is the subscriber when I join Braille when it's already 10 plus years old? Little kid watches Glass skateboard and says, whoa, cool, sub? Okay. Another kid goes, oh, how to ollie? Sub. Those people, like, it's very hard to turn them into a long-term fan. They have this interest in skateboarding, like you said, for a few years. Maybe they keep it up, but most likely they probably grow out of it and just sort of forget about Braille or whatever. So it's like, you've got these new people that are learning to skate. You've got them for like 1 year or so, then they're kind of out of there. Or you get them and then they become like a core skater and then they're like, yeah, all right, I don't really need to watch tutorials or wacky skating anymore. So then they go away that way. So there's like a lot of different paths where like it's not guaranteed that you got someone to click the button one time from a tutorial 10 years ago. It doesn't mean that they're going to be sitting there. But it is really crazy to see like how much of the active, I would say like, when I was at Braille, we would post and the videos would get like, I don't know, if you averaged it, probably like 100K per upload. Like maybe each after a few days, it would be like 50K. But if you go back, then some of them would have millions. Probably averages out to about 100K per video, which is still crazy, which is still a lot of people, right? But I feel like with all the negative press and stuff, it was slowly going down, 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 down. And then now that's how you could have a 5 million channel that uploads and it's getting like 5K. It can't break 10K. I know if you look at Braille now, the videos are a little bit inflated because of all this Sunny V2 3 million drama going on. But before, if you go further down, he's not cracking 10K, which for a 5 million channel is insane. Like if you make a brand new channel, you might get a video with 5K views, you know, like maybe not all the time, but like you might, if you just post on a brand new channel. To have 5 million and not getting more than that is really insane.
Definitely going to be changing. And what you're going to get, I actually have no idea. But it's going to go back to the roots of this company, teaching tutorials. Yes, we are going to make weird boards, weird videos.
This was far from an innovative strategy, with the lack of fresh skilled content being obvious to all.
You look at the videos now, you look at the thumbnails now, you look at the ideas now. Terrible, right? On Braille's channel.
Oh.
Much worse than when we and Dave were doing it. And that truly shows how much work we were doing.
This dropped the channel's views to just a couple mil per month, forcing Aaron to destroy their skate park.
I was trying to negotiate with the landlord
Can I get an
break
RIP?
on the rent. This is a huge overhead. It's tons of money to have a warehouse, and we just could not come to an agreement. And then I got a letter from their lawyer that basically just said, you have got to be out by July 5th.
Unsurprisingly, the audience
Wow.
offered no sympathy.
Damn.
That's 750,000 you spent to go up in a spaceship.
Rick in the Asmonverse, RIP. Yeah. Let's get some RIPs for the commenters that say, damn, Rick, I could never support you again because you reacted to Asmon. Sadly, I think there will be some people that say that. You guys are really having a lot of discussion in the chat. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting what I said about Braille, because if you look at Braille now, they uploaded a video today, like even with this, Sunny has 3 million. This is getting hundreds of thousands in a few hours. It's going to get definitely over 1 million. What's interesting is like Kyro just, the Scientology way is ignore, just pretend it doesn't exist, stick to it. Like Kyro literally posted today, I think it was like, my worst slam in Skate 3. It's like, bro, please. Like no one wants, like not even someone that's stuck through all the terrible stuff blindly just said, all right, you know what? I just like Aaron anyway. No one even wants that. Even those people don't want that. Longest manual in Skate 3. I keep bullying this one. But it's funny, like I was saying, his videos went like cracking, look, 7K, 6K, 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 5K, 3K, 5.6, 4.8. But then this, since the 3 million video, they've been booming. 20, 30, 26, 34, 46, 40. And he just posted this. It's because like the people from the downfall video, they come, they go, all right, I want to actually see some of the content. And they click on a few videos to kind of get a gist of it. But I don't know. So just post this today. Aaron Kyro, worst Skate 3 slam. It's like, bro, should I watch just like the first tiny bit?
It's basically first try. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a Skate 3 challenge today, and I'm gonna try to do a double backflip. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that have even done triple backflips, but I suck at Skate 3, and I'm a Skate 3 noob, so let's see what we can do. First, I'm gonna...
Doesn't make me want to watch. And bro is not looking good. This is what I'm saying too. He is not looking good. He's only 40. He's looking like he's 55. He's aged like in the last 10 years. I feel like he's aged so much. He aged 10 years since the last video. Yeah, for real. He might have recorded this before the drama. Typically what he would do is record like 7 videos at once. So I assume if he recorded this probably same day as longest manual Skate 3. Is he wearing the same clothes?
The most epic.
He's wearing that hoodie thing. What was he wearing here? Oh, different clothes actually. So I don't know. But anyway, let's continue. He looks like he's forced. Well, it's more that Scientology is sucking away all his time. And he's like, oh, but I gotta still make my channel. I think he rolled his ankle is why he was doing the gaming. Which is rough, you know? It's rough. I feel like he knows he can't even do reactions. Because all the people he reacts to would be like, don't take my content. Don't. I don't agree to this. So he's just stuck with Skate 3. Which is rough. But yeah.
Oh, God. Man. Yeah.
could have been spent better, but in true Braille fashion, it was even worse than this. Ricky Glaser, one of the last remaining members, wasn't even told
that could have been my axe tray flip. He was, see how he keenly watched it? He watched my terrible bail. That could have been tray flip on the axe. He would have said, whoa, crazy, so sick.
Worse than
Damn it,
this.
Sonny.
Ricky Glaser, one of the last remaining members, wasn't even told that the skate park was being destroyed.
I knew Braille was struggling, but man, I didn't know the park was literally getting destroyed right now. No one told Rick anything. And it's like, man, I really would have loved to know that. Get one last sense. Like, I poured all this blood, sweat, and tears literally into that place.
He was saddened by the sight of everything being discarded, which somehow offended Aaron to such an extent that Ricky
we got the shout out.
Was promptly fired.
Braille Skateboarding and Aaron Kyro both blocked me, Ricky Glaser, on Instagram.
Nigel decided to leave himself.
I will no longer be at Braille doing videos. Won't be doing lessons with them anymore, obviously, because there is no location.
Pissed off by Braille's blatant lack of care.
No goodbye session, no nothing. 10 years of your life. I haven't even gotten like a thank you for all of the years of dedicating myself to the channel.
Aaron responded with a video of his own, claiming he tried to save the skate park.
You guys must know that I did everything I could to save the Braille house. I literally took out a loan on my house.
But with over 50,000 dislikes,
because you spent the
See what he says, like, I literally took a loan on my house. Well, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have given so much away. Maybe we should have made sure we could look out for ourselves. I feel like that's what he's gonna say.
The thing is that, like, again, young guy, they're gonna see you spending this money on this bullshit fucking religion. Yeah, what is this? Like, what is this shit? Dude can do two things, donate to Scientology and be a snake? Yeah, I guess so. Like, it really, like, it's a bit much. Yeah, it's much. Like, what is this?
Seems he missed the point completely. Aaron, no one is worried about the warehouse. They're worried about the crew you ghosted.
Yeah, treating them bad doesn't, like, there's no justification for that. Yeah, like, there's no reason that's okay.
Womp womp, you screwed the crew and that's who we cared about. He is legit more upset about what he did to the building than what he did to all of the people that made it what it was.
That's a good point.
Without a skate park or skate crew, the state of Braille is worse than ever. Aaron recently uploaded a video titled Thank You, just reading positive comments from
2 months ago with 19K views. Man. That sucks. That sucks, man.
He looks rough, yeah, for real.
1 year prior, seemingly to convince himself to keep uploading videos.
I continue going because of comments like this. I absolutely love this.
Braille's viewership has fallen to roughly
3,000 views a video. Man.
He went on the roller coaster. That's what I mean. Sonny makes good vids. It was the 3-act structure, right? He sets the scene. Asmon's like, yeah. He shows the conflict, and then we're like, oh no! And then now the fallout. Asmon's like, oh, you could make like a perfect like photo of Asmon's face of like intrigue, hype, and then like devastation, and then like sadness. Asmon is a real NPC, yeah.
5K per upload. Every comment section is filled with negativity, which Aaron tries his hardest to defend himself against.
Did Rick get in the recommended? No, he watches too much political stuff.
There's another part of it that I think does matter, and it might be kind of a black pill thing to say. But at this point, this is like a 40-something-year-old man. And whenever you first started skating and you were getting into this stuff, you were basically the same demographic of the audience that you're trying to relate to. It's much easier for a young guy to relate to this guy than to relate to this guy. It is. Yeah, he's an old man now. And so and skateboarding is a young.
Nah, I get what he's saying. He's like, skaters want to see. When I was a kid, you know who my favorite skater was? Ryan Sheckler, because Ryan Sheckler was like 2 years older than me or whatever, and I'm a young kid. I'm like the young skater kid at the skate park, and then Ryan Sheckler's the slightly older, way better, like aspirational young skater kid at the skate park. So I always would look up to Ryan Sheckler as my like most favorite absolute goat or whatever. So he's 100% right. He's like a little kid way more relates to, you know, Brian Arnett or like Young Wavy or whatever, like new young skater TikTok kid, rather than like old dude, just like, you know, in the old ways kind of.
That's really it. And it's got a young men audience, and they're gonna, and it's not even men, it's boys too. Like, they're not going to want to listen to somebody that's the same age as their
JD,
dad,
yeah, exactly.
Unless it's somebody like Tony fucking Hawk, right? And that's a totally different thing. It's a whippersnapper sport. It is. So I think this isn't really just because of Scientology.
I actually said that to Aaron. He said, hey, we're making Braille skateboarding. Who should we put on? And I go, oh, we just met that kid to skate the vert ramp, JD. We're like, why don't we put him on? And I was like, I told him the Sheckler sentiment that I just said then. And he goes, yeah, that's a good idea. And then we hit up JD and then he was on, boom. Then I ruined his life, debatably. Nah, but I don't know. JD was so talented that none of this shit matters, you know? His skating stands on its own regardless of any of this.
And I know this might sound crazy, but this is my evaluation as somebody who does YouTube, etc. I think this would have happened if Scientology wasn't even in the picture at all. I think the fact is that, you know, the way he treated his employees was rat behavior. The fact that he basically aged out of it in a way that he's not relatable to his original audience anymore. He already played out all of the ideas that he had. And then on top of that, you take a break from your channel for 2 years, you let other people develop it, you come back, and a lot of these people don't even know who you are.
People would say that in the comments. They would say, oh, I thought Gabe owned this channel. Then when Aaron came back, I was really confused. I was like, damn, that's kind of a trip to think that. But like what we were saying earlier, the churn, and what Asmon said too, the churn is quite quickly. And you can kind of build an audience quickly and lose an audience quickly. It's hard to have those long-term fans that are going to watch for 10 years, year after year, daily upload after daily upload for 10 years, you know? A lot of those people just click the button and then eventually fall off.
That's it. Asmon in 5 years? Well, the thing is that, like, I've changed my content a lot. I have. And because I know about this, right? And not this, though. 3K views is bad? Yeah, it's real bad. Absolutely. Skateboarding is kind of dying as well. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if skateboarding is dying or not. So...
It is. I mean, I wouldn't say dying, but I'd say it's in its lowest time in a long time. But see, he again... He doesn't say, yeah, probably. He goes, I don't know. See, like, also respectable.
Dude tried to copy Rob Deerdeck. Well, yeah, but, like, that guy was a pro skater. Like, when I was into skating, I'm pretty sure he was a pro skater, wasn't he? Like, I mean, this is going, like, way back into my memory. So I'm trying to remember whether this is true or not. But I believe he was. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was way, like, I was like, this 20 years ago, something like that, right? And so all those Xenu books couldn't fix shit. Well, I mean, it helped him at the beginning, and this is the way I think a lot of groups like this get you, is that I bet, and I don't crucify me for saying this, but I bet some of those entry-level Scientology courses probably do have a lot of good advice in them.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they do. And I think that there's a lot of things like that probably have very, very...
And it's like, it's obviously by design too. Like they have good intentionally because that they want you to say, oh, I applied it and it worked.
Very entry-level, reasonable, good advice. But the problem is that when you have a lot of these like, types of exactly. like extreme ideologies, there's a point where you cross over the threshold where you now accept their reality over your own. That's how they get you. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, if the advice was bad, you'd never see these people that get, you know, captured by this stuff. Buy some and do them on stream. They'd probably fucking DMCA me or something like that.
They would, absolutely.
So, I don't know, man. Look at Twitter Explorer, crazy news. Yeah, I'll see if there's anything that happened, but it seems like no, there's nothing else really that happened at all. But anyway, Scientology started this as a self-help program. Yeah, I think that's the case. Yeah. And yeah, at first Scientology seems like expensive college with some connections, but the further in you go, it reeks of some scam. I mean, I don't know enough about, like, I've watched a few documentaries about Scientology, and I mean, obviously, like, all of them are, like, super negative, definitely. But, like, my point is that when I'm looking at something like this, I think about it from the perspective of, like, 5 different directions, right? Not just one thing, but, like, 3 or 4 different things that come together. And I think that aging out of the sport is a real legitimate thing that happens. And
he's really not wrong. One thing, like if he knew more about Braille too, I mean, maybe he'll say it now, who knows? If he knew more about Braille, he could say, oh, they had all this success and then they never took it to the next level because they never changed. Like what he just mentioned, he's changed his content a lot over time. He's not trying to force people to watch him play World of Warcraft. He's saying, oh, this is more interesting for me now, commentating or whatever. So like Braille did the You Make It We Skate It's, but they never really kind of figured out that next big thing, and they could never really like keep the audience. Like they taught him how to skate, they showed him the glass skateboard, but they could never figure out the next thing. And I feel like that was always going to go down. Maybe it wasn't going to go to 3K views per video, but like it was always like the creator lifespan, it tends to go like this, you know? It's never just like this. It's very hard to continually make it go up.
I think it happens with gaming as well. I think it happens with streaming as well. Like for me, I'm kind of lucky because I basically, you know, I'm 34. I pretty much look the exact same as I do when I was 20, right? But a lot of other people and like friends of mine, you know, they have like all gray hair now and they're old and, you know, you haven't aged out of it. No, I haven't really.
Bro, you look 40, not 20. Yeah, his chat said it, not me.
No, I don't think so, right? I mean, my hair, that's,
you look 50?
That's the one thing, right? Is my hair has, you know, it's not perfect, okay? You look 50? I do not look 50, okay? And if I look 50 now, I looked 50 then. So that's it. Scientology seems to be a blackmailing scheme for the rich and famous. I don't know really. I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Regardless of the religion, you can take a spiritual journey at the literal expense of your coworkers and friends. Yeah. And I think that's basically what happened, is that this guy left his channel, he aged out of the sport, he lost his relevance, and then he betrayed the people that helped him build his career. And you do all three of those things, and people aren't going to like you. You don't need to be a fucking a Scientologist to come to that conclusion, right? That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't age out of content creation, right?
I mean, you definitely can. You absolutely can in a way, you know? If you're trying to reach a certain type of people, it will be a net negative if you're older than if you're younger, like especially in the skating scenario. So like, yeah, it's not an absolute statement, but it definitely is not going to help
Old
you.
Guys are still doing their thing. So can you age out of content creation? Personally, I think you absolutely can. I do. I think that you absolutely can age out of it. And I think that some streamers, like, especially like having like gray hair and stuff, I think that the audience for streaming is aging in a general sense. Like, and yeah, you guys are right. It is especially true with girls, okay? And we all know why. But I think
Ricky vs. Kyro boxing match would make money. You think I could beat him up? I mean, I would hope. I can win the fight. But they call it declared. I forgot about this term. It's called I've been declared an SP, suppressive person, so Kyro is no longer allowed to ever talk to me or interact with me ever again. If he interacts with me, he will get a severe punishment. He will get put in the timeout, and internally, Scientology allegedly will do terrible things to him.
I think even with guys, it's true, because you think about it like this, right? So if you're a young guy, if you're like, imagine yourself, think back to yourself when you were 17, right? Was it easy for you to relate to somebody that was 40? No, we're 35. Absolutely not. It's a completely different life orientation.
Yeah.
So,
right.
But you could relate to somebody that's like maybe like I don't know. Even the difference between like 16 and 20 is huge. Like it's massive. But like if you're 20, you can relate to a guy that's 25 to 30.
I think 16-year-old can relate to like 22-year-old. I think when I'm 16 and Bam's 25, I'm like, yeah, like when I am a little bit older, I want to be like this guy, you know? So I feel like you like not relating, but you're aspiring to be like them, you know? Whereas like, yeah, I'm going to school doing math homework and Bam's living his life making TV shows. Obviously very different, and it's not like direct relation, but it's more like aspirational.
But like, it's going to be hard for you to relate to a guy that's 40. And so, and you guys know this is growing up, right? This is how it is. Yeah, it really is. And so when you become an older guy, it's harder for you to relate to people in the same way. Were there even streamers that old 20 years ago? No. The fact is that if you look at all streamers from back in the day, almost all of them were all young guys. And the reason why is because that's the audience. That's the audience. And people watch streamers for relatability. The future only young kids won't be watching. Yeah, and I think that that's how things have, like, in a big sense, things have aged up. But right now, whenever you see a lot of the really big guys and like the new streamers that are coming up, you want to know who they are? Queso, Kai, Jinxie, Aiden, all of these guys, young guys, much younger guys. That's a big
there's
difference.
no music.
And I think it's the same thing. It's Youngblood. Yeah, exactly. Because that's where a lot of those audiences come in from, right?
That's it.
No, of course.
Abrupt ending. Yeah, I think good reaction. Honestly, I think that's like the most aligned with my viewpoint that it could have possibly gone. I think it's easy for a reactor, like a lazy reactor, to just say, whoa, Scientology, that's crazy. Oh shit, that's terrible. Whoa, of course it went to shit because that's wild. I think he gave good insight. I think Asmon is a good reactor, you know. The video is 15 minutes long, it's 35. He gave a lot of insight, he gave a lot of personal recounts and a lot of his takes. Yeah, I think that was a good video. I was in here in the comments, of course. I said thanks for weighing in. I haven't watched it yet, but look forward, let me know. But yes, guys, I am milking this situation. If you want more of this kind of like anti-Scientology downfall content, I will keep doing it as long as it's sort of in the cutting edge. If XQC reacts, if Moist Critical reacts, or some other big streamers reacts, I will react and react again. I'm looking forward to doing the interview with Natalie. We'll probably get that going in like a week or so. But yeah, stay tuned for more fantastic fun reacts. If you have any ideas for what other stuff I should react to on this channel that isn't strictly skateboarding, let me know. But that is the end of the YouTube video for the Reacts channel.